Hello, my name is Alexis, and I will be talking to you on how to get your BSN at Capella. This is one of my first videos, so I'm still getting used to the camera, don't really know what I'm doing. I guess let me tell you about me. I'm 25 years old. I have two children. I had my first child at 14, and recently I had my second child at the age of 25. Um, so he's 8 months. I've been in school for a while, but I'm still fairly young, so I made it. I did it. I never gave up. Um, I started in RN school, failed. Then I went to LPN school, got that certificate, jumped back into RN school, a transition like LPN to RN, finished that. I did fill a semester there, and then once I finished RN school, which was last year, I was going to go to a university, and I was taking prereqs, trying to get ready to go to that university because I wasn't working. I was pregnant, so I was like, let me just do something because I'm not working. Might as well use this time and just take some classes. So I was taking prereqs. I had looked into Capella, but I was skeptical because it was like, can't be true. How you gonna get your degree in 12 weeks? That's unheard of, and it costs like 3,200. That's all. Because the other school, the traditional school that I was going to be going to, would have cost almost 10,000. And so I was taking these prereqs from I graduated RN school in May 2021. I was taking prereqs from that summer all the way to December. One of my old classmates that I graduated RN school with, they hit me up and was like, you should go to Capella. And she was telling me how she knew people that have graduated. So I was like, maybe I should do that because maybe that'd be more simple since I have a newborn. Maybe that'd be more simple. Yes, I was scared to be writing essays because who write essays? And writing essay was never my favorite thing to do. I'd rather just do math. I hated essays. But anything is possible. You can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. So let me start at the beginning of how I completed my degree. So the first thing I did was I researched on YouTube. There are other YouTubers on here that explain everything about Capella. And when you see others achieving something, it helps you want to do the same thing. So I was like, if they did it, then I can do it too. Now, like I said, I was skeptical and I was nervous because who wants to write essays? So yeah, I researched, learned about the program. Capella is a school that you can go traditional, or you can do the Flexpath, which is what I did, which is online school. After I researched, learned about Capella, that they bill you every 12 weeks, I was like, okay, maybe I can do that. So I went on the website. They had something for applicants, and it said chat now at the bottom in a little red circle. I'm gonna have to insert that to show y'all. But I went on there and I chatted with somebody, asking them questions. Let's see. I wanted to know if they accepted financial aid, and they do. I done been in school for a while, So my financial aid was coming to an end. I wasn't going to be able to use it no more. So I wanted to utilize my financial aid wisely. And so, yeah, I asked them if they accepted financial aid. So I guess because I reached out to them, it put me in a system. And another, what was it? A enrollment counselor wrote me, and this was a person I talked to for months until I started the classes. He was answering questions. He was very helpful, very nice. So when he emailed me, we set it up a scheduled appointment on the phone. He replied like the next day. From my first initial contact of Capella, they put me in the system. He wrote me like the very next day, and we probably had a phone call. It was quick, and so he answered all my questions. He wanted me to send my unofficial transcripts because he wanted to see my classes to make sure that I would be a good candidate for this school. I think he did give me a summary. He was like, maybe I would need only 8 classes because I had already took a lot of prereqs. But looking back then, I probably didn't need all those prereqs. I probably wasted my time doing all those prereqs after I graduated or in school, but everything happens for a reason. And them classes I made A, so I'm really not tripping. It helped my GPA. So I sent him my unofficial transcript. After I talked to him, I started my application process, which you can find on the Capella website. Completed all that, sent over all my transcripts from my schools. I went through my previous schools and paid through their websites and sent my transcripts to Capella. It was way faster that way. So this was probably in January when I was doing this process. I think I wanted to start school in February, but that didn't happen because my financial aid wasn't ready. That was a long process with having to get stuff from my old schools because after you go to so many schools and you get financial aid, they want to make sure that you're not just getting financial aid and not completing school. So I had to do a long process with that. I was back and forth. It was a headache. So my financial aid wasn't ready for February. So I ended up postponing to March. And then while I was waiting to start school, I was looking up Capella on YouTube, trying to see if this is something I'm going to be able to do. I was looking on Facebook. So I was looking on Facebook, researching. I found a group oriented BSN Capella. This group was very helpful. Like, I don't know what I would do without that group. All the little questions when you in school and you don't know what to do, that group helped me. I highly recommend that group. I was looking up questions like how to write APA papers, um, APA format, in-text citation, like all of that was scaring me because I never really wrote an APA paper. It was always MLA. So yeah, I looked up all those questions and stuff on Facebook and YouTube, and I still didn't understand. You don't really get it until you do it a couple times and you submit your paper to your teacher and she graded. That's like having a good teacher is very important, which you can't really help at the beginning on that first class because it could be anybody. But that first teacher makes a difference. I didn't start in February, I started in March. Okay, school starts on a Monday, but they open up the class that Friday. So you have that Friday, Saturday, Sunday to start on your essays. But so I had been trying to start but didn't know how. And I wrote my essay over the weekend because I wanted to at least be done by the Monday. I wrote that one essay, and when I turned the essay in, I had a Pacific teacher that I didn't care for, and she she sent my essay to the what do they call it? Basically, it was saying that I plagiarized. In academic dishonesty, I plagiarized, and all I seen when I saw my grade was red, 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 and that made my nerves so bad. Cause I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get kicked out, but that wasn't the case. So I asked her, do you think I should rewrite the essay or just fix it? And this was at the beginning when I didn't understand what I was doing. So she recommended I rewrite it, and I was like, oh no. If you see them instructions of each assignment, you're gonna be like, now how am I gonna get through this? Wow. But I did it. I rewrote the essay. She graded. Did I finish? Was taking me extra days. So in the group, also I seen people finishing the class in like 3 days, less than a week. And by the time I turned in that first essay, it had been a week. Because let's say I started that Monday. By the next Monday, I probably had just turned in the second one. And when I turned it in, she found something else. Because you get, with each assignment, you get 3 times to get a good grade. And so she kept finding errors, and I was like, oh Lord, this is going to be a long process. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. So I was stressed out. And my financial aid wasn't ready yet, so I'm like, I don't know. So I dropped the class because my financial aid wasn't ready, or it did get ready, but it was like the day before it was the time to drop, the last day to drop. So I was like, maybe this ain't my time. Maybe I need to wait another month. So he gave me the advisor man that I had been talking to. He gave me the option to just transfer everything over and I could start in March. So yeah. So in that time, since I already had the instructions for the first class, which is 4,000, I utilized that time to learn how to write APA papers. Okay. So let's see. I started school officially in April. Probably like April 6th. I know I started on a Monday, the first week. I had a different teacher. She was nice. Um, when you turn in your paper and you look at it, like when she graded, she would flag little notes beside it to help me understand where I made a mistake, and she would write the comments or tell me what to put to correct it. And I love that, especially for my first class, because that's the first class where you trying to get your mind together and learn how to write APA papers. And when I tell you, it's stressful, but once you get in the hang of it, you're gonna be writing papers like that. Let's see what else. Plus, also, I had other factors in my life because I am a parent. I had other factors going on that had me stressed out with school. Plus, I had a baby. So, my time was limited when I had to write these papers. I couldn't be on the paper all day. Let's see. And, when you have a baby, you want to lose weight. So, that was another thing on my mind. Like, I can't be sitting here all day trying to write papers. So yeah, I had a lot on my mind. Let's see. So with Capella, if you haven't researched, they bill you every 12 weeks. So I made me a schedule on how I was going to write the essays. So, well, somebody on YouTube explained all the classes and how many essays total there were. And so I wrote that down and made me a schedule on how I was going to write my essays. I think I gave myself 2 to 3 days to write them, but I don't even think I followed that schedule. But that just was a blueprint on me to get started. Um, so when I started in March, I wanted to be done before May because I knew I was going to be moving that month to another apartment. So when you move, it's stressful. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to write some essays and I'm finna move. So my goal was to get done with them classes. I did all I could to get through with them classes. I was waking up early, going to bed late. Um, Maybe I was doing small little goals. Like it's a big essay. It might be 5, 6 pages, but I might write 1 or 2 essays this morning, or 1 or 2 essays in the evening, 1 or 2 essays at night. Like I just did small goals so I got finished with it. I completed Capella all the 8 classes in 8 weeks. Now I don't think I actually completed every class once a week because some classes were easier than the others, but I was done in 8 weeks. I started, I started like April 6th. I was done with Capella May. Let me look on the calendar and make sure. Let's see. I was done, I want to say I was done with school May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And the reason why I remember that is because it was Chris Brown's birthday. I was like, I'm done with school on Chris Brown's birthday. Like, yeah. So that was a bittersweet moment. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm done. I done did this. And me, when I don't know how to do something, I can be very stressed and overwhelmed. And I've been going through that ever since I've been in nursing school. So if you've been in nursing school, you know what I'm talking about. But that group, YouTube, just researching about APA papers, finding little things on the internet to help you write an essay is what helped me get through my program at Capella. So if you have any questions, please send me a comment, leave a comment, subscribe to my page, like my video, and I will keep the videos coming because I feel like I can help others reach their goal with their bachelor's. Just all you gotta do is stick with it and find out resources to help you. And you can do it. I'm a mother of 2. I had a baby at a young age. You can do it. Thank you. And I'll see y'all in my next video.